Yes, hi there. Good morning, and welcome to the Tuesday, April 21st edition of the Master Pattern Report, and I'm your host, Dr. Bob. Okay, let's look at how we fared last week. We're doing pretty well. We're 84 at 85 calls on market moves. Last week, we're getting a little scary with some of this stuff, folks. We called for a move up on the Japanese yen, and sure as heck, like we were wired to the universe, Japanese yen started a significant move up, and it's continuing, and we think it will continue at least for the next week or two. We're playing that model. We said that the Australian dollar was starting to weaken, and indeed it did. We got stopped out of our position on that. Took a little bit of a profit, the metals are running into difficulty as we have forecasted over the past couple of weeks, and we think that will continue. You might get a little bounce in May, but we don't think that you're going to see the metals making any move up anyway for the next 2 months. In fact, silver did drop below $12 yesterday or Friday, and we think that that's the move that we're going to be seeing for the next 6 weeks. It may bounce up here in May a little bit, but we think that the next 60 days should see a down move between gold and silver, which will make a good buying opportunity over the summer for us to jump back in there. How about this coming week? Well, we see a large market move coming up April 24th, and we're going to be playing that. Again, we think that the Japanese yen is up and away. Australian dollar is down, and of course silver and gold down into May. The market itself it's been acting very well. Had a little bit of a setback on Monday, but that's okay. We think that was more a result of some political news, and that the patterns seem to be still pointing upward, and we're hoping to ride that up even higher before we see a crash. Okay, so let's look at our socio-political, economic issues here. What's going on? Well, something that's really disturbing to me is that there seems to be this move towards internationalism. It started with President Bush with this lost treaty that was sort of shuttled aside, thank God, but it may be coming back. Now there are issues that the government cannot put through on a local, state, or a federal level. So what they're doing now is they're saying, well, you know what, this issue is not good for the international community. And of course, we want to be good neighbors, and we want to do the right thing by the rest of the world. So we're going to turn over our sovereignty to the international community. No, don't let them do this, folks. I'm telling you, I'm getting a sickness. I'm getting the pit of my stomach. There is something going on behind the scenes here that stinks to hell, and it's a few powerful families that rule the world that are now looking to become kings and queens and dictators to the entire planet. We talked about one of them 2 weeks ago, Mr. Saros. There are others. We are now conducting some research into this to find out why we can't close our borders, why we have to turn our sovereignty over to international governments, why we can't resolve fiscal issues without spending $3 trillion. Folks, it doesn't take that. It doesn't take that. We're in trouble. I've been saying that right along. And I think we're getting close. We're getting close. I think we're less than 12 months away from a major financial catastrophe, and it will be one of a number. I don't think our banks are out of the woods. I think our government is reaching out for more and more control over people. I mean, hell, look at none of the networks carried the Tea Parties. Only one. What's that all about? I mean, how can you say that these are news companies, that these are news channels? Whether or not you agree with it, my God, you don't cover something as major as that? We were down here in Phoenix. There were 10,000 people. Nobody covered it except Fox, the affiliate. And even with the few announcements that the other channels, major channels carried, he said there was 5,000 people. There were easily 10 to 15,000 people there. This is absurd. This is absurd, and you're letting them get away with it. I mean, this is ridiculous. Got to stop this. Got to stop this. Something else I wanted to mention to you is that this master pattern model. We're always experimenting with it. We're always researching with it. And it's not just in economics. We're looking at social events, political events, and planetary events. And I'm going to make a prediction a little far out in time, not in scope. In the year 2012, roughly about 3 years from now, 3.5 years from now, there will be a major event that will occur in Jerusalem. Now, don't jump to any conclusions. I cannot tell you for sure whether it's going to be a war thing, a bombing or what have you. It may well be a natural disaster, right? I don't know, but I can tell you that there is something that's going to develop sometime in middle to late 2012 in Jerusalem. And it's going to have a major impact on the planet one way or another. We're looking at we also see that there's going to be some issues with water, drinking water, very soon, and that you're going to be paying almost more for water than you will be for oil. By the way, oil is down, and we got stopped out of the oil, but we're going to be jumping back in. I think $46 seems to be the bottom of the pattern that we have here. So we're looking. We want to validate that and then jump back in. Okay, one other last warning: silver. These options and ETFs. There's not enough silver to go around to pay them off if in fact people end up wanting to take delivery of silver. Watch out. What that means is the price of hard silver goes up and this paper goes down. Folks, we're thinking about doubling our broadcast because stuff is starting to happen and it's not very good. But you are the answer. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you real soon.